Hey, this is Ronnie. Welcome back. Here's what all the stuff removed that I just went through. Oh, I forgot my little pointer. Oh, I got a wrench here I can use. The cover is gone. This is the timing belt. Dual overhead cams. That's the intake side cam. Exhaust side cam. I said I removed the belts, the pulleys, the cover, the motor mount that was in here. I said the tire. The paper said basically in the book say it should take about 3 hours to change a timing belt. Well, things didn't come apart like usual, and it's a tight spot in there. I'm going on 3.5 hours right now, and I still got to take the belt off, put the new one on, pull the water pump, which they figure that, I don't know, hour for the water pump. So yeah, just don't get in any hurry. Oh yeah, and rule number 1 before you start banging around and tearing things apart on these new vehicles with airbags: disconnect the negative battery terminal. It's going to mess up your radio and your clock and all that, and it's going to run funny till the computer adjusts after you put your battery cable back on when you go. But you go bumping and banging around under the hood, you trip an airbag sensor, poofy! Guess what? Your $150 repair just turned into a $3,000 or $4,000 repair because you set all your airbags off. I've seen it happen. Do not do that. Unhook the negative terminal off the main battery. And that way, if you do mess up some wiring, if you're doing something, you don't short stuff out so easy either. Then you just have the magic smoke when you hook it back up, but you're right there. Yeah? Alrighty. So I have to undo these idler pulleys. I believe one of these is the one that's squealing down here. And then the water pump, that's why I'm changing the water pump. It is behind and this belt. You have to take all this stuff off. Just, for the cost of the water pump, I said like 28 bucks for a brand new gate. What the hell? Well, I got all apart. I'm going to spend an extra hour and a half and an extra 25 bucks to change that water pump. It's got 300,000 miles on it. It's a little loosey-goosey here on the shaft, but it is not leaking yet. I'm not chancing it anymore. If you had the first time, if you don't want to change the pulleys of the whole kit, say you change it, you're 65,000, you pull it apart, nothing looks bad. Just the belt, good belt, 20 bucks, 25 bucks, your local auto part rip-off store. But yeah, and I have it marked. This is for when the crankshaft is at top dead center, which is under here. If you can see, there's a trick. You can't see your timing marks and things because of the angles. A handy dandy little white, yellow, or a paint pen. That's just one little fine tip paint pens, and I mark it. Because at the angle here, the notch is actually back here, and from here I can't see it, but here's where I'd turn it, and then from the top up here, you can't see it down in there unless you're exactly perfect. So I marked that. This is timing mark for the intake side, when number 1 is at top dead center, and this is the exhaust for when number 1 is at top dead center, to run the cam so your valves are all in the correct timing so they're not slamming in on top of the pistons. And they make a special tool that goes in between the camshafts here on those cog gears to keep them from turning. Once you take the belt off, once you have this set, you do not turn anything. You leave everything exactly where it is. Do not turn over the freaking crank down there, nothing. Because if you forget where you're at, you're going to be a world of hurt. And there's ways to figure it out. But yeah, I'm not going to go into that because it's simple. Don't turn anything. If you don't have that tool, like mine, I have one that won't fit in here. I zip tied it together. If it moves, it's going to move just a little bit. It's not going to go spinning clear around where I get lost. There's another little tiny tip. If you had a little block of wood, a V-block of wood, you could jam in from the top and the bottom. But there's some pressure on there from them springs. These should hold it. Yeah, like I said, you don't want to be turning them. That is a big no-no. And follow the specs in the book. And even with these new parts, a lot of times they'll come with these little flyers, papers, installation instructions. Sometimes they can be service updates in there where they change different things from what's in your repair manual. Don't be a hero and just toss them to the side and go for it. Read through them. I said I used to be a mechanic for John Deere Company for years, and I ran into trouble when I got parts, and certain parts people did not say there was a service bulletin on things, and they had changed it, and you didn't use certain parts or you had to use other parts. And after 8 hours of messing around, I go, let me look at the computer, and then I see a big old exclamation point behind the part number that says, see this. Oh, hey, there's my air compressor. Alrighty, I'm going to get the belt and stuff pulled off, and perfect timing. I'm going to get the belt and everything pulled off of here, and the water pump off, and maybe I'll take another little quick one. And then I said there's no point in watching me tearing everything apart because it's taken me a lot longer. And just have patience. And sorry about the compressor, but hey, it's a shop. You know, and if you get upset, I couldn't see things for a while, it wasn't working, stop, have a cigarette, go have a Pepsi, go have one beer maybe, go get on the old 80, who knows. If you get too upset, wait till tomorrow, it's a new day. Alrighty, thanks for watching this part. I'll be back. Hey, I'm back. I just got that belt off. I want to show y'all something here. I'm going to try to zoom in. Get closer. I had that squeak I could hear down inside here in the front of the motor. This is the tensioner pulley. It has quite a bit of wiggle. I don't know if this mic on this camera will pick that sound up. That's loose bearing in there. There was my squeaky squeak. And she's got wiggle. This one doesn't have any wiggle, but it's got sound too, like the bearings are drying out. Sorry about if it's not coming in well, but yeah, it's got a little bit of wiggle. If you can hear that. That's not good. And the belt, there's a little doodaddy right there. Doesn't look like much. You flip it over. Let me get it in the light. That's what that looks like. Not good. There's a couple more spots like that. I said, change your timing belt at regular intervals. You know, or you're going to scatter something. This thing might have made it another 1,000 miles. And I'm sure something would have took a dump by then. I said, once I heard that squeaky squeak, I said I had to replace those 300,000 miles, like I said, in the water pump. That's why it's going to come out. Next thing, that'd start leaking. And I'd have to tear it all apart again, which I don't want to do another 6-8 hour job on it. So let's get a new water pump while we got her apart. But just one thing to remember too, new parts don't always last like they used to. New means never ever worked. Remember that. If you get bad parts, you get bad parts. And they'll say, well, we warranty the parts, but we don't warranty the labor to redo it all. Which, that's just the way it is. But yeah, there's a little tidbit of information on something that's worn out. I said if that baby would have took a dump, that center one down there on the left, that's the one that puts tension on it. It would have jumped a few cogs and probably grabbed and scattered, or if the belt would have broke, those cams would have stopped turning with the valves hanging down, and the pistons would have come up and exploded and busted everything. So yeah, I'm a happy camper. I said this is a pain in the butt to do. And oh yeah, another hint. After you do, you know, keep your parts together when you take them apart. If you have any idea that you're going to forget where things go, get your cell phone out and take pictures of it. I've done that. That saved my booty because somebody else had taken apart stuff and didn't have it together right, and I compared it with the book with the pictures and went, that don't look right. And it was on a $30,000 engine build, so with the timing on it. So yeah, take pictures. Simple thing to do. And make sure you got the tools you need, or you can go get them or borrow them. Or if you're really lucky and you got a buddy that's a mechanic and he'll let you use his shop and he's got the weekend off, bring him a 12-pack of beer and you use his shop and his tools to do it, and he can watch and help you out and guide you. And 10 to 1, after a couple beers, he'll get so pissed off that you're taking so long and not quite doing it the way he likes, he'll probably end up doing it for you. I've ended up doing that myself a few times. Hey, can you just help me, show me how to do these brakes, kinda? And watch, I'll buy you a 12-pack. Okay. After about 20 minutes, I ended up doing the whole brake job. But, yeah, it was all right. Then we went and knocked down an extra 12-pack. You know, what are friends for? Alrighty, I will let you know when I get this back together. I'll be back. Thanks for watching so far. Hope it's informative for you. Bye. Hey, we're back. You can see down in here, I don't know how good the light's showing. That is where the water pump goes. Down in there. That is the heart of your cooling system. I said, and if it starts dripping, you gotta tear all this stuff out again. Yeah, there's the guy right there. It's got an impeller on the back. That spins the water through the whole system, circulates it. But yeah, that goes down in there. And the old one I tossed outside already. Yeah, it was about ready to take a dive too. I can't believe it wasn't leaking. 300,000 miles. Can't complain about that. Alrighty, I'm going to get that water pump put in, the belt on. I'll see. It's almost tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is today. Or today is tomorrow. Pretty dang close. It's about 10:30. But yeah, I'm going to have her whoop before I quit tonight. And that'll be cool. I was going to say something else, a tip or trick, but I can't remember. Oh well. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Like I said, that's why if you ever take something to the shop to have a timing belt and stuff put on it, that's very expensive. But like I said, if you want to save your motor, no problem. Oh yeah, I was going to say one thing. If you can, use glovies. I got these mechanics gloves. John Deere, here, don't work there anymore. But some places I can't use them. You know, you can't feel your way around. But that way, if you have a major malfunction and drop something and smash your hand or something, it makes the shop a lot easier to clean up. It usually keeps the blood and the shit and the chunks of bones inside the glove. You don't have quite the cleanup. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll get this thing slammed together, and if I come up with something interesting in the middle, I'll make another little quick hit here. Okay, I'll be back. Hey, this is Ronnie. There it is, all back together. Took twice as long as it's supposed to, but, you know, it went together pretty good. But yeah, I said, if this helps you out in any way, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I got one subscriber. I said I could double my subscriptions if one other person subscribes. 100% improvement. Cool. And I'm going to do a video maybe on how to change a valve cover gasket, the side gasket on 84 Ford 6-cylinder 4-wheel drive. And I got so much stuff to fix. I said I got quadcopter stuff to do and whatever else blows up. But yeah, there it goes. So y'all, I said that's just kind of a organic timing belt setup, you know. They're all a little different, just to give you an idea. If you hear that you should have it done or something. Yeah, mine wouldn't have lasted much longer. I probably would have toasted that engine, and it runs fine. Good little car. Pennies per mile. I bought that thing for $375 and had to put a fender and a light on it. That was about it. Alrighty, I'll be back. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up, comment, whatever. Any questions, let me know. Have a good one. I said tomorrow was today. Today was tomorrow, so. Alrighty, I'm going to put everything else away and go to 90-90. Have a good one, man. I'll be back. Thanks for watching.